This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, hundreds of protesters marched down Dunedin's George Street as part of Black Lives Matter protests. The DCC and NZTA have announced details of proposed major changes to Central City state highways. And cycle retailers have noticed a steady increase in the amount of people buying both push bikes and electronic bikes after lockdown. Kia ora, good evening. I'm Daryl Baser. About 250 protesters marched down Dunedin's George Street to voice their opposition to racism and colonisation. One protester said he's tired of the daily scenes of racism he's seeing in New Zealand and around the world.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Black Lives Matter. The worldwide protest movement made itself known in Dunedin on Sunday with a march at 2 p.m. from Otago Museum to the Octagon. Organised through Facebook, the march briefly blocked the south-going lane of George Street, with most motorists waiting patiently for the 200-plus crowd to pass. And other passing cars gave their support with a friendly toot. Protester TJ Zimba says he attended as someone hoping for change.
I'm just tired of the daily racism I experience weekly, every day, and I'm tired of seeing the things I'm seeing every morning in other countries. Like, it's not just New Zealand, and it's not just America, it's wherever like people of color are at, we experience things like this, and we're just here to shine light on that. I feel like the first step is education, and the last step is wanting to make that change.
Simba says many in New Zealand are unaware of the issues right on their doorstep.
I feel like a lot of people are not aware that there's a real big racism problem within New Zealand.
Today's protest was just one of several across New Zealand. In Dunedin, The South Today.
A fire tore through a Dunedin house yesterday morning, leaving it gutted from end to end. Firefighters were called to the house in Concord about 11:30. Thick black smoke from the fire was visible across much of Dunedin. Firefighters say they found it was well involved upon arrival and flames could be seen coming through the windows as they approached. Nobody was in the house when the fire broke out, and fire crews left the scene around mid-afternoon. The cause of the blaze is still to be established. Details of proposed major changes to Central Dunedin's state highways have been revealed. A collaboration between the New Zealand Transport Agency, Dunedin City Council and Otago Regional Council have reviewed roading options for the central city.
Dunedin City has been presented with two options for a major overhaul of the central city streets. The two options regarding State Highway 1's flow through the city were released by the New Zealand Transport Agency today. One option is to keep the existing double-lane one-way state highways through the city. The other option is to turn the existing southbound Castle Street one-way back into a two-way road for both north and southbound state highway traffic. This would leave the current Cumberland Street one-way free to be turned into a two-way 30km/h street with cycle lanes. Both options would also include developing a harbour arterial route along Wharf and Thomas Burn Streets to handle more traffic, and to create an alternative bypass avoiding the new hospital both during and after construction. The public are invited to make any comments about the proposals online, as well as fill out an online survey regarding their preferred option. Public consultation closes mid-July. In Dunedin, The South Today.
Dunedin's Captain Cook Hotel is set to be renamed. The famous pub and music venue will undergo a name change in the wake of protests and growing anti-racist and anti-colonial sentiments. The Cook, or the Captain Cook, was first established in 1860 on the corner of Dunedin's Albany and Great King Streets. However, the current waves of protest, including Black Lives Matter marches, has prompted a change of name for venue owner Mike McLeod. McLeod announced the name change on the Cook's Facebook page, outlining the reasons for the decision. He says the Captain Cook is now a symbol of colonialisation and oppression. McLeod isn't sure what the historic venue's new name will be. Cycle retailers have noticed a steady increase in the amount of people buying both push bikes and electronic bikes since the COVID-19 lockdown. One cycle retailer and repair shop says about 90% of their work is based on repairing cycles after enthusiastic mountain bikers have had a spill. Making sure an increasing number of cyclists can safely get on their bikes. Proprietor of Off the Chain Cycles, Jeremy Forlong, says there was a bit of a rush before the country went into lockdown.
Pre-lockdown, the final sort of 24 hours in particular, we were quite busy. Obviously people trying to get things done to get ready for lockdown and pick jobs up and get everything sorted, pre-lockdown. So the 24 hours leading up was very busy, the few days leading up to that we definitely found a bit of an influx of people coming in as well.
And as the new normal is coming into effect, Forlong has noticed people coming into the store with bikes which were well loved during lockdown.
So when we reopened the doors, we were realistic that we thought we may open slowly. We were overwhelmed with responses, which was a great thing, of people wanting repairs. And from there we have been very busy and just trying to keep up and enjoy it, which has been great for us. It's been an overwhelmingly awesome response.
He says the majority of their work comes about after enthusiastic mountain bikers have come a cropper, or simply people bringing their bike in for a tune-up.
So 95% of what we do is sales, service and repair, so we do a lot of repairing, a lot of servicing. We do a wee bit, so probably 5 to maybe just over 5% in sales. With new bikes, we have seen a good influx in both. We have seen quite a few new bikes, obviously, for what we do, and also a lot in repairs. Yes.
He's unsure if the lockdown lift in numbers of people on bikes will remain or possibly increase further.
That's the million-dollar question. I mean, we normally March, April in the cycle industry is kind of the run-in into winter, so it's everyone getting ready for winter, and obviously we were closed. So whether it's people playing catch-up from that, or whether it is not a growing trend, obviously you do see a lot more people out on bikes at the moment, and there was a lot, getting around over lockdown. So yeah, whether it continues, we'll find out probably when the weather changes dramatically, to be fair.
But he's pleased with the increasing number of cycleways around the city. In Dunedin, the South Today. And still to come on the South Today, a southern law firm is following in the footsteps of Dunedin's Jenny Beck, and a town without a cinema digs up a solution. See you after the break.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
You've seen us in the street, now find us online. Check out shopon.org.nz. We have all sorts of treasures, from retro and vintage clothing to antiques, homewares and accessories. New items added every week. We're open 24/7.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality, stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
you know Youthgrow in Northeast Valley? It's an awesome plant nursery where young people can work and learn life skills. You can now order your vegetable seedlings, herbs, bulbs and shrubs over the phone or by email. Either pick up your order on Norwood Street in Northeast Valley or they can deliver to you. Look for Youthgrow Garden Centre on Facebook or visit youthgrow.org.nz. Happy gardening!
Wrens are Otago's painting, tiling and plastering experts. Offering a free measure and quote, Wrens is a name you can trust to get the job done right. Call Wrens today on 477 9384 or visit wrens.co.nz.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Heaven Sent Pet Cremations knows that losing a pet is like losing a family member, and we have many special ways for you to keep their memory dear to your heart. From caskets, remembrance pendants to remembrance spheres. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today.
No mai anō, welcome back. Otago and Southland has seen the biggest drop in the number of houses sold in the country. The Real Estate Institute says 270 fewer houses were sold in Otago during May compared to last year. Despite the dropping number of sales, prices in Southland increased by almost a quarter on last year. Queenstown Lakes is one of only 2 regions in the country seeing an increase of listings, up by 22%. The median house prices for Southland jumped 22% to $350,000, while in Otago, median prices were up 5% to just over $500,000. An Invercargill lawyer has created a personal project to help businesses get back on their feet after the impact of COVID-19. Lawyer Liz Henry is gifting vouchers to her employers to spend supporting the local economy.
A Me and Henry law firm staff member shows off the jewellery she was able to buy with the vouchers gifted by her employer. Director Liz Henry says it's in recognition of the hard work her loyal staff have put into the firm.
And that sort of is an acknowledgement to our staff that, firstly, they worked really hard for us over lockdown to help us be in the best position to continue trading well post lockdown, and also, things are a bit tough in the community, so it's just trying to acknowledge that they're welcome, that they're acknowledged important people in our lives because they've made good things for us.
She started the scheme during Alert Level 3 to help businesses that were clients of the firm feel motivated to reopen.
It was just a way to spend a bit of money with our clients to give them a good reason to open up in Level 3 to help them out, so because they were worried that people might not come back in Level 3, that they actually were able to have their staff and do things, and also put a bit of goodwill around the community.
The current gift of vouchers to the staff happened when the country went down to Alert Level 2 to ensure they stayed loyal to local businesses.
As a group, our staff will put together a list of businesses that they wanted to ensure remained in business after COVID. And they were local retailers, and then we've approached them and bought vouchers from them and distributed them amongst our staff.
Liz Henry also paid for a weekend trip for her staff to explore some of Southland's treasures. In Invercargill, the South Today.
The group behind a now shelved bid to open movie theatre in Oamaru has come up with a novel way to show films. Bigger Picture Oamaru has teamed up with Parkside Quarries to host a drive-in movie night in the Oamaru Stone Quarry at Weston.
It's not your usual movie-going experience, but Waitaki residents, starved of the silver screen, will soon get their chance for a Hollywood fix.
Is there anything you want me to do?
Yeah. Leave me alone.
Cool.
Bigger Picture Oamaru, the group behind a now shelved project to open a movie theatre in Harbour Street, have enlisted the help of the Waitaki District Youth Council and Parkside Quarries to hold a drive-in movie night at the Oamaru Stone Quarry at Weston. Organiser Doug Maurobach says the event was a way to celebrate the end of the lockdown.
We thought after lockdown and all the hardness of the last weeks and months, it would be lovely to create an event for the community to enjoy a movie in a special surrounding, in a special atmosphere. And in lieu of a movie theatre, we felt maybe we can do a drive-in, although it's winter and it might be cold.
While the quarry provides some challenges for those showing the movie, Rockbach says there are enough talented people in the Waitaki to make sure the show goes ahead.
Unfortunately, we have a very active youth council in town, and they do have all the equipment we need. It's a blow-up screen and a projection, and they have very skilled young people who are setting it all up for us. So in cooperation with them, we thought we would be able to do it, and then we just needed to find the right location.
Up to 50 vehicles will be allowed into the quarry for the screening on a feature film being voted on by the public. The three films are a mix of a Kiwi comedy, Hollywood classic and musical.
We have gone for American Graffiti, which is a bit of an older one. We've gone for Hunt for the Wilder People, which as of now, just a couple of hours after we set it live, is already very popular. And the third one we have gone for is Across the Universe, which has beautiful Beatles music all over.
The winning film will be announced before the screening on June 20. In Oamaru, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, outdoor team sports return to Queenstown and there's warmer weather on the way. See you after the break.
Well, mate, I'm thinking about getting a new ute.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality, stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
Heaven Sent Pet Cremations knows that losing a pet is like losing a family member, and we have many special ways for you to keep their memory dear to your heart. From caskets, remembrance pendants to remembrance spheres. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today. Wrens are Otago's painting, tiling and plastering experts. Offering a free measure and quote, Wrens is a name you can trust to get the job done right. Call Wrens today on 477 9384 or visit wrens.co.nz.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Do you know Youth Grow in North East Valley? It's an awesome plant nursery where young people can work and learn life skills. You can now order your vegetable seedlings, herbs, bulbs and shrubs over the phone or by email. Either pick up your order on Norwood Street in North East Valley or they can deliver to you. Look for Youth Grow Garden Centre on Facebook or visit youthgrow.org.nz. Happy gardening!
Bowel cancer is the second highest cause of cancer death in New Zealand.
And New Zealand's got a higher rate of bowel cancer than many other Western countries.
because it's one of those areas of the body that we don't talk about often enough.
It is one of those silent killers almost, that if it strikes and if you develop symptoms, sometimes it's too late.
So it's a major issue.
Thanks for staying with us. Live soccer made a return to Queenstown on Saturday, with the first games being played on outdoor sports grounds since the COVID-19 lockdown. Fans of club football and rugby were blessed with clear sunny skies to venture out and voice support for their favourite teams.
Perfect conditions at Queenstown's Jacks Point on Saturday brought about some fabulous football on the opening weekend of the Radio Central CO League. The Classics team beat the Cabins team, scoring 10 goals to 0. Classics player Kevin Airley kicked 5 of the goals, and the other 5 were shared between Greg Hutchinson, Luke Brinkman and Toby Reid. A second match at Jacks Point saw the Lakes United beat the Falcons thanks to 2 goals early on and eventually a total of 6 goals to 0. Elsewhere, a game at the Queenstown Event Centre saw Queenstown Association FC Youth being beaten by Wakatipu United 3-1. In Queenstown, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. About 250 protesters marched down Dunedin's George Street yesterday as part of the global series of protests. The Dunedin City Council and NZTA have announced the details of proposed major changes to central Dunedin state highways. And cycle retailers have noticed a steady increase in the amount of people buying both push bikes and electronic bikes after lockdown. Time now for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's Otago Daily Times. We welcome the editor, Mr. Barry Stewart.
Hello, Daryl. The DCC has released options for State Highway 1 or one ways through Dunedin, and both options include a heavy traffic bypass along Thomas Burns Street. The project could cost up to $200 million and is partly aimed at removing more traffic from the CBD. Graphics of that in the paper tomorrow, so you can get an idea of what all that means, and I think the proposal is that you vote on your preferred options. So look out for that. Otago Regional Council Chairwoman Marion Hobbs is set to face a challenge to her leadership next month. 9 councillors have signed a copy of a letter seeking her removal from the position. The Otago Daily Times has been told if she is deposed, a new chairperson could be appointed by July 8. So wow. Dramatic moves there in the Regional Council. We have a heartwarming story from Balclutha, and it's not been an easy ride for 2-year-old Harry Sutton, but thanks to the generosity of the South Otago community, he's now taking life at a gallop. So find out all about that in your paper tomorrow.
Nice.
Good news for Queenstown, a project to build 180 houses on an old high school site is one of the first of 11 projects around the country to get shovel-ready funding. So good news for that area. Lots of other action in the paper tomorrow. Some sports coverage and interesting travel story about Dunedin, looking at the delights of Dunedin. So
nice.
Look out for that.
Keeping the tourism local.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you, Barry. Appreciate that. And time now for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Starting with the Southern View, a group of the Black Lives Matter protesters in North Dunedin. Looking at the situation, warmer temperatures are due tomorrow and Wednesday, but they won't last, with another spell of cold weather set to arrive on Wednesday night, with some snow inland and frosty nights lined up for the end of the week. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport are looking at grey skies, rain and 16 degrees. Heading across to the northeast, Nelson and Blenheim can also expect a wet day and 16 degrees. Heading down to Canterbury, it'll be a little cloudy for most places here. Kaikoura heads for 17, while Christchurch and Ashburton should reach 18 degrees. In the southern towns, plan for fresh northwesterlies with cloud increasing. A warmer day than it has been recently, with 14 degree highs for the Catlins, Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore. And heading to central Otago, there's fresh northwesterlies with cloud increasing for all in this area as well. Wanaka and Alexandra head for 16, Queenstown 15, and you'll be dodging raindrops in Te Anau with your 14 degree high. And in the northern towns, on the coast, Timaru and Oamaru can expect moderate northerlies with high cloud. 19 for Timaru and 18 for Oamaru. Inland, Twizel and Omarama can plan for moderate northwesterlies and some cloud with 18 degree highs. In Dunedin, it'll be fine tonight with northerly breezes and an overnight low of 4 degrees. It's set to be mostly fine tomorrow with high cloud and moderate northerly winds, temperatures becoming milder, a high of 16 and a low of 10 degrees. Rain developing on Wednesday with mild northerly winds for most of the day, but cold southwesterlies developing in the afternoon, a high of 17 and a low of 8. And in Invercargill, showers clearing tonight with gusty northwesterlies and an overnight low of 8 degrees. It'll be mostly fine tomorrow with some cloud and gusty northwesterlies. Rain develops tomorrow night. The high is set to be 15 and the low of 10. Showers are set to ease on Wednesday afternoon with fresh northwesterlies changing colder southwest later on. Invercargill should reach a high of 14 and a low of 9 degrees. And that's all from the South Today team for this Monday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Ka kite a popo. See you tomorrow.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.